you started a new party and tackled a established political party in Homewood, very established. And victory would have been sweeter, but how do you feel about the results you're getting?
Our goal was to turn out more than 3,000 voters, and there are 3,300 people so far reporting. So I think that that's been a success. I think it's always hard to win on your first shot. Does it again mean we won't win? But it does mean that this has been a good effort, and I think we've opened a lot of eyes in the community. We've built a movement that I'm really proud of, and it doesn't end here. We did create the party. We got well enough votes to have this be an established party, which means in future elections we have a lower threshold for petitioning. So I think overall it's been a success. I think that we've touched a lot of people in the village. We've knocked on a lot of doors, and a lot of people are thinking more creatively about what the future of the village is.
Yeah. I was wondering, I mean, your platform has got a lot of contrasts with the Greater Homewood Party. And I was wondering, of the things on your platform, the more transparency, a different approach to economic development, addressing parking problems, and things like term limits and things like that. Of those issues, were there any that like really resonated for residents that like rose to the top?
Well, I think town halls was by far our most popular initiative. Everybody that we spoke to wanted that participation. They wanted to be able to have a dialogue with the government that they don't have. I mean, you could see at the last board meeting, at literally 30 minutes, they were saying, "Oh, Attorney Cummings says we don't need to have any more comment," and it's like this is part of the reason we're running against you. Yeah. So I think that across the village, even people who don't necessarily agree with us want their voices heard more, want to be able to offer solutions and bring up problems the village isn't thinking about. And so I think town halls was definitely a very popular initiative, but I think one of the main contrasts as well was our environmental stances. I don't think that anybody that we talk to thinks that the village is doing sufficient work at Isaac Walton, but also the idea that we don't have any kind of green commission and environmental justice commission, which is what we would like, for it to have a holistic view and oversight of the government. At the same time, it's trustees who submit the request to have commissions. It's not the public. We've been submitting that request. A lot of people in the village are receptive to it, and I think it depends on the neighborhood, but more neighborhoods than not definitely want to have a stronger environmental policy from this village. So I think those two things definitely set us apart from the powers that I think that if I could have done things differently, I would have brought up major criticisms that people like me and other organizers have had with the government right now. I think that we tried to be a campaign of being for things and promoting our ideas, which I think is really important because we do have ideas. We have firm policies that we wanted to enact, and criticizing the other party for things that have already happened wasn't going to be necessarily productive, but I also think it's important. It's important to look back and say, this administration has made bad judgments, and we would make better judgments. And I think, hindsight's 20/20, and you think, maybe we should have done that a bit more, but I'm proud of the campaign we've run. I'm proud of the group we brought together, the community we built, and we'll continue to build. This obviously doesn't end here. We have a party now, and we'll be here.